Hello everybody, this is Purge bringing you a pro level replay. We're watching the semifinals of ESWC here. This is going to be Monkey versus Navi. So once again, semifinals here. A little bit of stuff about previous tournament play. Monkey dominated their group stage. They went 5-0. Did an amazing job. Arguably because they've had the most Dota 2 experience. I would say that's semi-realistic at the very least. A lot of the European teams continued to play Dota 2 very heavily. I know that a lot of those Monkey players did do a lot of streaming as well. Most Link is actually not there unless he changed his name. I saw him in some interviews, so maybe he just changed his name or something. I'm confused, but he is a part of Monkey. He's a very good player, and I know a lot of them kept playing very heavily. So I mean, what else to do? If you're a European player, you've got European tournaments, you're probably not going to go to major Dota 1 Chinese tournaments, so play Dota 2, go for it. And I think that's part of the reason that they ended up playing very well, is because they had a lot more experience than some of the other teams. Not saying they're bad players, but it's a combination of Dota experience as well as like how good you are at Dota 2 or how familiar you are with Dota 2, and it does take a little bit of getting used to. And some of those other teams, especially the Chinese or the Malaysians, they've been playing it for they played a little for the international, but then they played it like a week ago. You know, it's like Orange, for example. They literally played Dota 2 for a week and then went to ESWC, which is why they didn't perform nearly up to their skill level. So that's kind of how it goes. But we can talk about this game here. Miguel is picking for, or Miguel, I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry. He's picking for Monkey, and of course Puppy is picking for Navi here. Navi's new player is AA, also known as, it's like Art, something like that. It's not Art Style. Some people mistakenly call him Art Style. He used to be on M5, he left M5, now he's on Navi, and used to be teammates with Light of Heaven. So first ban was a Chen. Navi responded with a Lich, and finally we see a Slardar. So Navi does play Slardar. Slardar's actually a very good hero. He's a little undervalued by a lot of teams, and you know, realistically, he's not a bad counter at all to Anti-Mage. So I think we might see a lot more Slardar now against Anti-Mage. I saw Navi play, I think when they played against Orange played, I barely saw this game, but Orange basically played an Anti-Mage, and Navi basically played Drow Ranger Slardar. Slardar and Drow got a lot of farm, and together they easily shut down the Anti-Mage, despite he had decent farm. He didn't have a Vanguard, he went Fast Battle Fury, which is the higher farm build, but even still he got shut down. I mean, Slardar has a 2.5 second stun, and stuns, they shut people down no matter what's going to happen, so I think that was pretty cool. Slardar is a semi-good counter for Anti-Mage, assuming he has equal farm and there's another semi-carry to help out, or a hard carry to help out. That was a really good game. I was really happy with Navi beating Orange there. So, first pick is going to be a Night Stalker here after the Spectre ban, and Navi immediately responds with a Nature's Prophet and an Ancient Apparition. Now, Ancient Apparition is mostly Imba because of his ultimate. His other skills are good. Cold Feet and Ice Vortex are good skills, but his ultimate is Imba. Basically, it does a long-range global skill shot, does a burst damage if you land it within the AoE. The AoE gets bigger the longer the range is, but most importantly, it lands a debuff for like 10 seconds that does damage over time, and it doesn't let you heal at all. You cannot heal. I don't think you can regen, but most importantly, you cannot heal. Wand, if you pop your wand, doesn't heal you. If you pop a mech, doesn't heal you. So if you look at that way, if you land that debuff on the whole enemy team, you pretty much can't run heal strats. You can't run a Dazzle. You can't do a Necrolite. Like, it's the easiest way to shut down those heroes, and that's basically the main reason Ancient Apparition is Imba as shit, is because of his ulti. So that's pretty much why AA is very, very good. He can also be played as a solo hero to get a lot of levels. You get your ulti, you can throw those on side lanes, and also you can play him as a support hero. So he has a lot of different roles, but he's one of the newer heroes in Dota, but he's very good. So that's why he's mostly powerful. And Navi picked up Nature's Prophet because Nature's Prophet is ridiculously Imba when played by really, really good pro players. Pub players, honestly, I can pretty much guarantee that you haven't experienced what a really good Furion is like, or a really good Nature's Prophet, but once he's put in the right hands, he's constantly ganking from level 1, level 2 on, Sprout and Teleport, constantly ganking, constantly farming, and then he pushes your lanes and does nasty, annoying things. And Navi, curiously here, picking up a Faceless Void. Nevo did go for the Anti-Mage Priest of the Moon, or the Mirana, but Faceless Void arguably also a good semi-counter to Void, because he does have hard physical damage, doesn't necessarily need a shitload of mana pool, but most importantly his Chronosphere is a beast. We actually just played against a Void today that was really problematic because he kept ulting our whole team, and if you land good ultis, Void can definitely pay off, so we'll see how that goes for Navi. Nevo, I'm sorry, not Nevo, they used to be Nevo. Monkey picks up, or bans the Windrunner. Navi is going to be looking for a long lane solo, unless they happen to put their tri-lane bottom. Excuse me, just a little bit of a yawn here. Ugh, man, I'm sorry, I hate yawning, but sometimes it just happens, man. Nothing you can do about it. Just better let it rip, and hopefully we're going to be good to go. I mean, I know it just caused another, like, approximately 300 yawns in the world, but I'm sorry about that, guys. I didn't mean to do it. Anyways, so Void is a semi-good counter to Anti-Mage, assuming equal farm. I think Void can outplay him. I've never really done math or anything like that to prove this, but Void is, in a way, he is similar realistically. If you look at it, I mean, he's got a getaway maneuver. It's not as good as Blink, but he also has backtrack, which you could argue is, I mean, if you look at it in a lot of ways, Void is very similar to Anti-Mage, except he has an AoE ultimate. He's got a getaway maneuver. Alright, that was a sneeze. He has a getaway maneuver, he has a damage reduction ability, and he has some kind of damage bonus. Void has Bash, AM has Mana Break, and the difference is that Void has his ultimate. Now, Mana Break is way better, for sure, than Bash. I would argue that, guaranteed. I mean, Bash is very nice, but guaranteed, like, Mana Break is like 64 mana drain. It's ridiculous. That's so high. That basically gives you extra 64 damage. It is reduced by armor, but realistically 64 damage there. That is so good. Plus it stacks with Manta. I mean, I don't need to explain why Anti-Mage is necessarily good. Okay, I'll do it anyways, just in case you guys don't know. Manta illusions, they do keep the mana break only for melee heroes, so if you get a Diffusal on a ranged hero and then Manta apart, you only get mana drain on your main hero. But Anti-Mage, since he's a melee hero, you can get that Manta, and all of a sudden his just goes awesome, like split off, the illusions just destroy basically. Each hero hits for 64. That means like every hit is like bam, you just lost 200 mana. It's ridiculous. So next ban is going to be a Tide out of Navi, and finally a Puck out of Monkey. Kind of curious ban. I'd be a little surprised about them picking a Puck anyways against a Night Stalker, because Night Stalker's Fear is just a pain in the ass to pretty much any hero, low HP hero who uses his abilities to be survivable, like Puck does. Weaver, Puck, those are good examples. Phase Shift, you're not going to be able to use that and dodge those nasty abilities. And surprisingly seeing a Rasta ban out of Navi, possibly fearing the push, the semi-push coming out of Rasta, because he can use those wards for pushing. They're quite good for that. Kind of curious about that. He's also pretty good counter push as well. I mean, his shock is very, very good for push. I think it's like 400 damage, and it forks over to 5 people right now, I believe is what it does. So I think the forked lightning it's a very good push counter push ability. So I think that's pretty. I think it's a pretty worthy ban. I think Rasta is hypothetically a little underused, not majorly, but just a little bit. He's not Imba by any means, but he definitely has his uses, I think. Vengeful Spear was the next pick from Monkey, and finally Navi is going to finish off with an Enigma here. Well, it's not a finish. They still have another pick, but I love Enigmas. Enigma is one of my favorite heroes to play, I've recently discovered, and he's a farming beast, basically, with all his Eidolons. He can get a lot of money, he can make game-changing plays. Most people are favoring the fast mechanism with Django, Treads, Soul Ring, Enigma. Basically, you have a lot of teamfight presence and you get earlier push. You don't necessarily, you're not as good in teamfights because you don't have a Blink BKB, but your pushing is much, much increased. So that's kind of the way that most people play Enigma right now is as a push. If you're looking for teamfight, go for the Blink. Go for like Soul Ring, Treads, Blink. Go for it. That's much better teamfight. I played an Enigma today actually where I went mech, Soul Ring, Django, but it didn't work out quite good because I didn't quite make good use out of my mech. I probably should have pushed as soon as we got that mech. I had it like 15 minutes or something. If you push at a 15-minute mech, that's like a huge advantage for your team. 250 HP heal at that point is a huge percentage of your total HP. Late game it doesn't do as much, not as big of a deal because heroes do more damage. But early game, you gotta push. If you get a fast mech, you gotta push, as long as you have a gold advantage. So Venomancer, the last pick here for Monkey. They did still need another support hero, so we're gonna see a probably Animage, Venge, Veno, Tri-Lane, Priest of the Moon's gonna solo top, and Nightstalker mid. That's completely what I expect Nevo to do. If they don't do that, I would be surprised, to be completely honest. Navi themselves, they could solo. Nature's Prophet may not happen, but we're probably going to see Enigma solo bot, which is going to deny creeps from the Animage. Probably Void AA top with maybe Fury on mid or Fury on jungle, and then we'll maybe pick up another solo here and throw him mid. I'm not quite sure what they'll do, actually. I expect Dendi to play AA unless he's not being soloed. If he's playing support, if he's being played as a support, possibly AA or Puppy doing that. Maybe Dendi on the Enigma. He does play a lot of solo heroes. And X-Boss is definitely going to be playing the Void. He does play the hard carry role generally. And Beastmaster is going to be the last pick for Navi, so he will be their last hero. We'll see Nature's Prophet in the jungle, and I can't wait to cast this game, honestly. I'm very happy. I haven't seen Nature's Prophet in a lot of games, so I'm going to try to keep my eyes on the map and just show you guys how imba Nature's Prophet can be. I think that's going to be the theme of this game. How imba Nature's Prophet is, how imba Anti-Mage is, and we'll see how good Enigma... Rexar is a good pick against Anti-Mage as well. That big disable is pretty huge. And not to mention he's a strength hero, so he's not as weak to Nightstalker. He can solo against Nightstalker without a ton of difficulty. And RA is pretty much me playing word bitch this game. It's the best way to describe it. Not necessarily the best term to use, but he is the guy that has to pay for the wards. So here we go. So for Monkey, Sushi74 going to be playing Animage, Miguel going to be playing Nightstalker, Angel playing the Mirana, Rise playing the Vengeful Spirit, and Calculus playing the Venomancer. For the Scourge team, Xbox or Horst, it's like Horst, I can't do it, Horst, something like that, or Vost, I can't remember. He's playing the Faceless Void. Dendi is actually going to be playing the Beastmaster, Light of Heaven on the Nature's Prophet. AA is playing the Ancient Apparition. And we are missing a player. There he is. It looks like it's Enigma. That is... Who is not in the game? They said somebody is. This is it. When they turn red like this means that they left the game. So they bought really fast Observer Wards here. Angel spotting the Treant. That's kind of cool. They used the Treant to scout while the Enigma was dropping the ward. Nice little trick there. That means they either have to force a smoke gank out of them. We might actually see a little bit of a teamfight top. They don't have a ton of disable, just the Gale here. The Gale stun. This could get a kill though. Void picks up the Time Walk. And Cold Feet on the A. And no skill yet on the Beastmaster. Just a little bit of scouting out, seeing what's going on. Where's Enigma at? He's going to be bottom. Looks like he has items.
The battle begins.
Apparently... So somebody's in the game. His name isn't being displayed properly. Let's figure out who that is. Dendi is mid. Light of Heaven's in the base. Here's AA. Xbox. Damn it, I don't want to see that. I'm going to pause the game just 1 second. I just need to close Steam Friends list. I need to set myself offline. It's got no more pop-ups. Offline. And I want to figure out who the hell this is. Dendi, Light of Heaven, AA, Xbox. Okay, it's Puppy. Alright, yeah, I have seen Puppy play Enigma before. I don't know why his name isn't showing up correctly, but unless somebody else is microwaving him, which is definitely a possibility, so he may be restarting the game, not quite sure. But Xbox is on the top. AA will be supporting him. I called that one, but actually I put the Tri-Lane top, and the reason they ended up doing this here, while Xbox actually taking a little bit more damage than he wanted to, he town walked out of that, no problem. But they basically decided not to put the Animage on the bot lane because they knew Enigma was going to lane there. So they predicted that, and they ended up going top here, so it's going to be a much easier solo for them. At the very least, 1 out of 4 creep kills will not be killed, and Puppy's just going to use these Eidolons the last hit and deny Angel some EXP. And of course, mid lane was that Nightstalker versus Beastmaster, which is a pretty equal lane, realistically. It's pretty even. Looks like Dendi Only picked up 3 GGs with a little bit of regen, and the reason that he did this is that he's gonna have a really fast bottle here. He may even hit a bottle before the 2-minute mark, which means he could bottle the 2-minute rune. Oftentimes it's after the 2-minute mark when you get your bottle, which means that a support hero is generally, at least on a pro team, a support hero on a pro team is going to pick up that rune, and you're not going to be able to bottle it. So we'll see if that's what ends up happening here. Looks like Nature's Prophet did a little roaming on top. He doesn't have a Sprout though, just a Nature's Call, so he's just going to be a little aggressive though, does some damage to the Venomancer. And a little bit of side push, but the A will pick that up, so that's a pretty big EXP pickup there. That's one creep. If the creeps do die to neutral creeps, basically, what ends up happening is that nobody gets the experience for that at all. Nobody gets the XP. So if you can pull your guys and let neutral creeps kill them, it's pretty huge. It's often why you double stack a pull here, and then pull it, and then you can usually get the whole creep wave killed, and possibly a second one as well, depending on how it goes. Some damage now being done to Anti-Mage. I guess they're just going to tri-lane Light of Heaven for now on the Nature's Prophet. He does have his Basilius. And there we go, yeah, Beastmaster. Dendi here, he did get his 2-minute bottle, and he ended up bottling the DD, so he had vision of that. Actually, yeah, he had a Scout Hawk here, scout out the fact that it was not top, so then he went and bottled the DD bottom, and now for 45 seconds here, he's going to have a really, really good laning experience, basically. He's going to deny everything, probably, unless he makes some slight mistakes, and he's most importantly going to last hit a lot of stuff as well. So Anti-Mage's taking some damage now. As a result of these 2 ranged heroes, they're basically doing this tri-lane here to try to shut him down if they can, and I'm sure it's going to work out okay. The only downside is they're not going to get as much EXP. So we actually have a TP now on Nature's Prophet. Doesn't go for the Sprout. Realistically, it's not a bad decision. Anti-Mage can always just blink out of the Sprout. Angel with just the Wraith Band, the 2 GGs. And Enigma continuing to CS here. He's got 2 of each skill, just trading some hits. He does use the conversion, and you have to watch out for these. They actually do quite a bit of damage, especially when they double up. That's the most dangerous point with the Eidolons. Once they double up, you have 6 of them, and if you can land a Malefice on a guy, it can make a huge difference towards doing damage. Like, you can take out guys solo. On my Enigma video, at least the last one I posted on my channel, I soloed against a Shadow Fiend bottom, and I just absolutely shut him down with my Eidolons. You just do a little bit of mini stunning, and it makes a really, really big impact. So, AA now level 2. Conveniently, his name is actually AA. 2 levels of Cold Feet with 1 Ice Vortex. We'll see what he gets next. Probably just gonna max out the Vortex next. Does a nice magic AoE resistance decrease, and it looks like we had a little bit of rune control fight. Nightstalker picks it up. He's going to be bottling up. Dendi might be in a little bit of trouble here. He's going to have to bottle up to get another Void off, but I think he may end up going down here. He's going to Axe, try to juke, but that's all he could do. First Blood happens, and Light of Heaven comes in, but he doesn't have a Sprout, so nothing he could do there. He knew that basically his only choice was juking, but Xbox now taking some damage. Surprisingly stunning on the A. He will be changed targets on him. Only 1 level of mana break here, 28 mana per hit, and he gets so low HP, but he's not going to end up dying. He's going to pop up his salve that might be disabled. Okay, apparently the orb from Venomancer does not disable salves. I thought it did. Interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much worst case scenario for Dendi there. He went to get the rune. Nightstalker barely beat him to it, and then successfully killed him. It's like the worst possible place. Haste runes are so dangerous on heroes like Nightstalker. It's like Nightstalker Clockwork. Those are the 2 heroes you do not want to have an early haste rune. So he ended up taking him out there. In the meantime, Light of Heaven was going to take up some EXP. If nobody's in the lane, you might as well sit there. So he's going to TP to the top lane. It's now 1-0 in favor of Monkey. Stun on the A. There's the Sprout. Damage can be done to Vengeful Spirit. He will be frozen. He does get frozen in place, but here comes the Nightstalker. It is daytime though, so his nukes are not going to be super effective. He's actually level 6 here. 3 Hunters in the night and 3 Voids. He's going to get this kill guaranteed. And there it is. Nightstalker picks it up. He actually hit level 6 quite fast. He's going to juke on the Nature's Prophet. We'll see if he trees himself in here. He's going to find him, and there he is. Double kill here for Nightstalker. Very nicely done. And that's daytime. That's a daytime gank. He's got boots, bottle, shield, and a magic wand here, and playing a huge deal. Now he's going to go gank some different lanes. Pops his bottle. He's going to be super ridiculously fast. 30% movement speed. And he has an extra 30% attack speed. Most Night Stalkers at this point don't actually have this many levels of Hunter in the night. He's going to pick off the bird there. It's a nice little thing to get. Gives you a little bit of gold, but most importantly, removes your ally the option of having sight. That's why you go for that. And the reason he did not get his ultimate yet is because if you can get extra levels of Hunter in the Knight at this point, it makes a big difference. His movement speed is very, very high right now, 384 natural. It's extremely high. And fear isn't really that necessary against a Rexar solo. It's a complete waste. If you're fighting like a Puck or a Weaver or something, it would be useful. They may pick it up. I mean, he's going to pick it up eventually, guaranteed. But most of these heroes don't necessarily need to be silenced, other than possibly Enigma. And he actually goes for a really fast energy booster. I'm very surprised about this. We almost always see Enigmas go for a Soul Ring. So quite confused. Not confused isn't the right word. He's going to probably run back to his base. And, you know, he's this far away from his next cast, 170. He might as well run back to base. He's going to pick up some boots, and he's going to have a Arcane Boots. So now he's going to solo at the bot lane with Arcane Boots over Soul Ring. The nice thing about going for the Arcane Boots over the Soul Ring is that it has more benefit on the mid game, basically. And of course, it's going to help out his allies a lot as well in pushing. So, Nature's Prophet only level 4 here. Surprisingly, haven't seen a whole lot out of him so far, but that's basically because Monkey's a really good team. If this is a pub game, I'm sure we'd see a lot of one-sided Furion ganking. So, Vengeful Spirit level 3. Here comes the Night Stalker. Still level 7, hasn't quite hit level 8, but he does have this haste rune. Ward is put on the high ground. They're trying to spot the heroes out, but they're all hiding in the trees over here. Took all that. No, actually, he cut himself a little opening with the Quelling Blade. It's nicely done because now he can do a little bit of juking over here. And there go Light of Heaven's gonna get spotted. There's the Void. No chance of him surviving that. Yeah, he had absolutely zero chance of surviving the Void. At the very least, I guess he made him waste the mana. That's about it. But haste is now popped. They do have Vision of A going after him. 4-0 right now, man. Is he gonna get the TP off? Does not. Vengeful Spirit has to force the spell there. And I honestly have no idea how Navi's going to win this game right now. They're just getting shut down. So I think this is the semifinals game. I could have swore it was. Enigma's going to eat an arrow. AoE gets it done, and Dendi cleans up that kill. But not a horrible trade for Mirana there. Nature's Prophet with the haste rune. He does pull that away from the Night Stalker on the bright side. So one nice thing you can do with Nature's Prophet, just TP on the ward spot. And here comes Initiation on the Void. First stun, Wave of Terror. He's going to take a little bit of damage. 2 levels of Backtrack, currently level 5. Surprisingly picked up 2 Time Walks. It does give you a pretty good distance bonus, but I'm a little surprised about that. It seems most heroes or most people are adamant about doing max Backtrack or max Bash, so... Though, realistically, every level of Backtrack doesn't really give you a lot of damage reduction. 5% per level is not very fantastic by any means. Compared to this frickin' Spell Resist. Look at that stuff, 8% apiece. Not that it actually equates exactly to 8%, but it's quite effective. So yeah, Puppy now with his Arcane Boots going to be able to do soul conversions quite often. He actually picks up a fast level of Malefice here, opting for that over the Demonic Conversion. Is that what it is? Yeah, Demonic Conversion here for those Eidolons.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Eidolons do quite a bit of damage here at the max level, 80 damage. Double damage apparently. I don't know why it says 80, I don't believe that's accurate.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Tower on the bot taking a little bit of damage from some creep waves. It's just Angel farming on the Priest Moon. He actually picked up his ulti pretty early here, level 8. Not all Priest Moons go for that, and there's an invisible... Actually, that's the smoke on the Night Stalker. And here he goes, he's going to dump on the AA, who is level 5. Not even going to get a cold feed off, he's going to try to TP out of this. And the ulti from the Animage is going to break the TP. He might have been able to make that otherwise. It's currently 7-1. Navi is not looking strong here. Void is going to get spotted by the Night Stalker. Night Stalker coming in to continue his reign of terror. He's not actually going to go on that. He knows he's probably not going to be able to get the kill. Would have taken like 2 or 3 nukes. And he only had enough for 1. Would have had to bottle up 2 more. And once you're diving that hard, it's unlikely you're going to get that kill. Double damage on the Nature's Prophet. There's the Malefice on Venomancer. They may get this kill. I'm pretty sure they will. But here comes the... huge black hole, actually. It's going to disable the Venomancer. Venomancer gets caught in it just a little bit here. Oh, man. So unfortunate. Void doesn't get the kill off. There's the Roar. Night Stalker still disabled. But he goes back invisible, and there Enigma gets taken out. Animage now doing some good damage. Oh, man. Running out of mana here. Void gets cleaned up. Double kill for the Night Stalker. Beastmaster may TP out. His sudden haste and TP doesn't double click it. He actually goes to the tower, but it's fine. He is safe, not dead. 10-1 currently. Monkey just doing such a good job this game.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
And it looks like, yeah, Nature's Prophet did another tower in the bot lane. Still 10-1 here. Navi does not look good. There's some disables on Night Stalker. He is going to get frozen in position, I think. And here's the A ulti. It's going to land. It's not going to get him quite low enough, though. You have to get him down to 10% HP before it shatters. It's another aspect of the A ulti that I did not cover. Faceless Void now level 6. Good luck having any mana at all. But he does have his Vanguard completed. Vanguards are really nice on Void. Boost up his HP levels plus backtrack means you are extremely hard to kill. Now he doesn't have any mana regen at all. That's a problem with the Anti-Mage. So that means when he does come to ulti, he's not going to have the mana to do so. Dendier and Enigma now going to push the mid lane, possibly take out a tower. The Eidolons are gone currently, and they're only level 2. Another disadvantage there. And the Light of Heaven, of course, is going to continue farming, going for a Boots Basilius, surprisingly. It's really not very farmed, only actually level 3 on his Treant, and unfortunately makes a mistake. They do get spawned up top sometimes, which is a little bit of a bug. Actually, there's a tree up there, that would explain it. Just a magic stick on the Enigma now. Venomancer going max wards first. They will eat a couple tower shots. And he may go on to this Faceless Void. He's thinking about, he's got boots now. It's going to make a big difference, but he's actually just last hitting these wards. Night Stalker coming in. It's nighttime. He's got his Power Treads of Strength. 1 level of Fear. Max level of Hunter in the Night. 35% movement speed. 486 here. Almost max movement speed. He is so fast. Lots of wards. Going to stop the creep push. And the Eidolons as well. Don't know if it's going to be able to kill Eidolons or not, but there we go. The wards are going to be destroyed slowly but surely. And yeah, 28 damage. I don't know why this says it does 40. It doesn't make sense. Might be damage over time or something. Who knows? They're going to spot the Venomancer on the high ground. Is he going to roar? Nope. Oh, man, that would have been a good kill. Really easy kill there. But unfortunately, did not have any vision of him, so they're going to lose out on that one. But Beastmaster is leveling decently. He's level 9 here. Light of Heaven is back to the farm. He does have his ultimate, and he does end up casting it there. Up to 800 gold, so he got a little good little boost there. But unfortunately, Priest of Moon on the bot lane, still farming treads with the Wraith Band. Still 10-1 here for Navi. Definitely fighting uphill. A is going to get some levels on the mid lane. There's an ulti from the Priest of the Moon. Nature's Prophet going to try to TP out, but it's not going to be enough. There's the disable from the Night Stalker. Night Stalker does have a mini stun and Void. Picks him off. Looking to get a swap off. He's not going to get close enough, though. Oh, the arrow. Ooh, arrow very close. Very good arrow, but Enigma will survive this. Now 11-1 here. The only hope that Navi has, basically, is in this Void, who's semi-decently farmed, and he may just go in the jungle for a while with that Quelling Blade, realistically. I don't think it's a bad decision. These guys are really, really gank heavy, especially with the Night Stalker, but surprisingly, despite the fact that they did have a very carry-heavy tri-lane, you know, Venomancer, Vengeful Spirit, Anti-Mage, it's a defensive tri-lane, realistically. Anti-Mage going to get initiated on. The arrow actually lands on Enigma. That is so unfortunate here. It gets the roar off just a little bit late. There's the ultimate on the Anti-Mage. He's going to try to get the pick off there. Nice swap. Going to get Anti-Mage out of the danger. Cold Feet now on the Vengeful Spirit. Very unfortunate for Puppy there playing that Enigma. Did get hooked, and the Axes are going to clean up Vengeful Spirit. That was a really bad decision there. 12-2 currently, and Venomancer as well possibly going to go down. There's the Cold Feet, and the ulti from Nature's Prophet is going to pick him off, so he actually casted that in his base. He's going to be going for a Hand of Midas probably. He does have his Gloves of Haste currently. His farm is quite slow here. I mean, Navi has been dying a lot, but they did get a couple kills. Night Stalker with his Vanguard as well. He is quite tanky, 1500 HP. They want to take out this tower if they can, but it's not going to be easy with Night Stalker here. On the bright side, he doesn't have any mana. Well, they undoubtedly have checked that. And Faceless Void still in the jungle. Anti-Mage going to blink or TP to the bot lane now. This is basically because this is where the farm is. The lane is pushing back. The tower is gone here. He doesn't have to run quite as far and worry about getting inked. He's going to go for a fast perseverance. He does have his power treads as well. Didn't even make his poor man's shield. Generally, we see that get accomplished if you don't go for the Vanguard, but this is basically the high farm build. It gives you the highest amount of farm for HP, basically, per HP. I mean, you don't get a Vanguard first, but once you get that fast battle fury, you basically just sit in the jungle, clear creep camp, clear creep camp, clear creep camp, and just absolutely get a lot of money. So they're going to try to do some counter warning here, but don't actually end up finding anything. Beastmaster using an illusion rune on the mid lane. And it's now nighttime, daytime, halfway through daytime, so Nightstalker is not nearly as aggressive. His face is also sewn up the middle. The creep wave will be cleared, and they're going to be looking to take some towers. And this is important, because if they do get the towers, that was close. Ulti going to land, doing a lot of damage. Actually only hitting 2 heroes, surprisingly, and the Furion ulti also doing some damage, so I assume they might be safe. They're probably safe. I mean, these players, these are like some of the best teams in the world. Probably saving their ultis for those pushes like that. Obviously AA is, but Furion as well. It's a 90-second cooldown on the Furion ulti. Possibly just saving that until stuff like that. Drop the ulti, drop the AoE damage, and that's going to slow down any pushes. So yeah, Monkey has to back off. They're a little scared and wary. And there you go, Nature's Prophet takes up the tower. Gets 460 gold. He does have his Hand of Midas now. Just needs to go purchase the item. 2 levels of TP. And yeah, they get the middle tower as well. Damn, Dendi gets the middle tower. Nature's Prophet gets the top tower. I'm not sure who ended up picking it up. We can look at the CS scores. 16 on AA, 40 on the Nature's Prophet, 67 on Dendi, playing the Beastmaster, 83 on the Void, and 64 on Enigma. 80 on Mirana, 80 on Animage, 57 on Nightstalker, and 60 on Venomancer. Surprisingly, they're not that far behind this game. Like, I thought they would be way farther behind than that. Enigma's been getting really good farm, relatively. Void, very, very good farm. The highest farm in the game. I mean, some of those are neutrals. Neutrals aren't as high in gold, but that's a pretty big deal. Dendi actually gets jumped by the top rune here. No chance of survival for him. Went to go get that DD rune. Looks like he did end up getting it over Nightstalker, but paid for it with his life. And the Nightstalker did have to use his ulti for that, turn it into nighttime in the meantime, so that his slows were more effective. They slow longer duration during nighttime, so. He's going to be going for his Aghanims next. You can tell that by the point booster. Just needs a couple stat items after that, and he will be there. A little bit of Malefice on the Animate. He's going to take some damage from the Eidolons, and there's the A ulti. He's going to do some damage to the Venomancer. Curious play here by Enigma. Did use that long 200-second cooldown there as a result, and there's the arrow that lands. Don't normally seed the black hole just to get 1 kill, but when they're this far behind, it's not horrible. I don't think it was a ridiculous deal, and that ulti, man, just clears out. Anti-mage ulti, basically every point of mana that they're missing, it does 0.85 damage. So pretty huge damage done. Pretty much a lot of damage done to any int hero is the way that that works out. And there we go, there's a Hand of Midas on the Nature's Prophet. He's basically going to farm a fast Aghanim Scepter after this, or a Lothar's to do some ninja pushing, or a Shadow Blade if you only play Dota 2. And at that point, he's going to be Bastard. That's the best way to describe it. Dendi going for a Urn Wand. It's a cheap way to get your HP up and support your allies. And there we go, Enigma is going to go for the fast mech. If you're going to get a mech on Enigma, his mana costs are actually extremely high, so you have to balance it out with either an Arcane Boots or with a Soul Ring. So he opted for the Arcane Boots. Like I said, the long-term effects of having that are going to be better. So we'll see if the Nightstalker goes on him here. It's not nighttime, though. That's the main problem, and it's still a decent ways away. Still like a few minutes away on until it does become nighttime. So Priest of Moon's going to ulti here. Still has not gone on it. He could try for it, but I feel like Nature's Prophet's going to be able to survive. He's waiting for some allies to come. There's the Priest of Moon leap. Here's the arrow. He's going to try to TP. He dodges it just bare. Oh man, he runs back into it. So unfortunate. I didn't think that arrow was going to hit. Sucks to be him. A ulti will land on the Nightstalker. He makes it nighttime, so he can get away a lot faster, but will he get chain stunned? Yeah, I think Void's going to clean up this kill here. Beastmaster actually picks it up, and Mirana's going to leap away. Main tower now taking a lot of
Dire's
damage.
structures are fortified.
5 to 16 currently. Monkey in a huge lead. Xbox picking up his perseverance. He's also going for a Battle Fury. That's basically because you Chronosphere and then you target the squishy heroes who are standing next to other squishy heroes, and you do a lot of cleave damage. Not necessarily a crap load of cleave damage, but it's a nice start, and it helps you farm, keeps your mana pool up, keeps your HP pool up, and the regen is actually pretty nice. 5 here and 6 here, so 11 HP regen just from items. Now picking up the Ancient Creeps. Everybody's helping each other out. This is basically so they all get some EXP instead of just kind of standing around, not accomplishing a lot. And A actually picking up both of those. He's very underfarmed though, just a Magic Wand and a Boots. Vengeful Spirit, Boots, Wand, Bracer, doing okay. Venomancer just Boots, Wand, Bracer as well. And there you go, Animage does have that Battle Fury finished. It's going to clean up the mid lane. Battle Fury lets you cleave 35% here. Only for melee heroes, range heroes cannot use it because that would be OP. Range cleave. Psh. Nature's Prophet hopping in the jungle here. Using the Hand of Midas on the creeps. Level 11 for the Void. He's still level 9 here. Once he gets to 11, he's going to be able to ult every 60 seconds. I'm going to keep my curse on him for a little bit. He probably is aware that his ulti is off cooldown, but he may be waiting either for more creeps or for an opportunity where they could get a kill. He does have treads now, surprisingly. We don't normally see that. His attack speed must be pretty ridiculous. 0.79 seconds. Yeah, it's pretty fast. Hand of Midas plus the power treads, both those give attack speed. Essentially, he has a Hyperstone right now. I think the attack speed stacks directly. Not quite sure. I don't believe it's diminishing. They're going to spot a ward though. Pretty huge ward pickup. Is about a 75% ward that they just dewarded. So most importantly, there's not going to be as much vision covering the bot rune. So if they do end up roaming here, or they want to go for the Roshan attempt, they're not going to have to worry about that. But they did spend 2 sentry wards on that, 1 here and 1 here. So they definitely paid pretty costly for that ward, but they did end up getting it. Now they're going to be pushing the bot lane. This is Monkey pushing here. Nightstalker wanted some free dudes. He's not going to get it. And there's the arrow. So many arrows getting landed down. Enigma's probably going to die from this here. Undoubtedly swearing. He does get frozen in the ice vortex, but not a big deal. Huge pickup for Monkey just now. There's the A ulti. It's going to land on the Venge and the AM, but they end up picking off the tower. So Denny is invisible with that Invis rune. He does have a smoke in his possession. And a Necro 1, Necro 2, holy shit, goes from nothing to Necro 2. We'll see if he can save the Anti-Mage. There's the roar on the Anti-Mage. Here come the Necros. We'll see if we get the mana drain. It's a little hard to micro right now. Gonna be pursuing after the other heroes, I think, or just straight up defending. And there's the Void going. He's gonna go for the ulti. There's the the Invis. I don't know if it works in Chronosphere. Chronosphere does stop all invisibility, and Venomancer will get picked off there. Wow, who was that? Vengeful Spirit TPs out while invisible. Priest Moon ulti making a huge impact on that team fight. And the Roshan will be taken out here. Actually, no vision currently from the Sentinel team. They do still have the Greater Hawk up though. Such a good movable ward. Expecting them to come from the mid lane. Assuming they may push in the... or may push first, but Mech finished on the Enigma. He does have Bracer. He's going to be probably going for a Drums of Endurance next. Anti-Mage pushing mid now. No new items on him. 1,300 gold, so he's semi-decently farmed, but... I mean, Navi is looking really, really good right now, despite the fact that they're down by 11 frickin' kills. Only Navi, you guys. Seriously, how many times have you been down 10-2, and then you come back and win the game? It's not very common. I mean, the only reason that they're still in the game is because their farm has been ridiculous. And look at this. The worst it ever got was the 3,000 gold difference. Granted, this is pretty early in the game, but now they're going to be down to probably around 1,000 after taking the Rosh once that does set in. Tower on the mid is picking up by Monkey, and let's look at CS. 155 on Anti-Mage, 122 Mirana, 141 on the Void, 93 on Beastmaster, 73 Nature's Prophet, 93 on Enigma. And if we compare these numbers, I think Navi is actually a little bit in the lead here. If they didn't have that 11 kill advantage, I would say Navi would be absolutely winning this. See if the chart has matched up. Still no adaptation for the Roshan, but of course a little bit of lag here. Hopefully this stops. That would be convenient. Lag, 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 lag. I assume this is just an issue with replays. Man, that would suck if this just was like the case for the rest of the replay. Let's try pausing. Pause. Play. Still laggy. Cool. And Faceless Void will slowly last hit. They're not complaining about it yet. How about we speed this up? Still choppy. Still choppy. X-Boss will be initiated on. There's the fear first. There's the slow. There's some sounds we're hearing multiple times. I'm just gonna like fast forward this until we get to a legitimate part. There we go. Slow down. Slow down. Alright, huge team fight. Big black hole. Gonna catch the Priest of Moon there. Faceless Void now being aggressive. Will they be able to pick off? No, Void goes down, but that's just the Aegis, not a big deal. Roar has been used. Gonna continue chasing the Vengeful Spirit. No chance he's gonna survive there with that Quill Beast in him. And yeah, Navi doing really good, winning that team fight big time. Taking out Priest of the Moon and the Vengeful Spirit. I think AM's actually pushing the bot lane. Wow, picked up a Vlad's here with a Ultimate. Big gold change since we last checked him. Vlad's for that lifesteal. He does need to actually go. I mean, we almost never see a fast Vlad's like this on any mage, but he will eventually have to go head to head with the Void, and he's a little scared of him. So yeah, he does good physical damage per second. Look at that, 165 per hit. Still looking to take the tower. There's a little bit of slow disable. He's gonna miss his A ulti. Actually will land on the Vengeful Spirit. And looks like Nature's Prophet will TP to the top jungle. And they did actually pick off the tower. Enigma got that with his Eidolon, so huge pickup there for Navi. Gold count, look at this. Barely moved from the Roshan and the equivalent tower. Game is so close here. Navi playing so amazing. Downside is he's out of HP currently, or out of mana, and he doesn't have a Soul Ring. So this is the problem with the Arcane Boots. It's not a guaranteed way to get mana. Soul Ring, it's like, once you get Soul Ring and Mechanism, you're pretty much fine on mana for a really, really long time. But the Arcane Pool is definitely really, really nice, and you don't have to sacrifice the HP to use it. I would argue the Soul Ring's a little bit better on Enigma early. A fast Soul Ring is basically going to keep you happy. At 800 gold, bam, you're happy. But like I said, that early to mid potential of that Arcane Boots for your allies really, really makes a big difference. So, Treads Battle Fury Vanguard on the Void, 1900 gold in the bank. He was quite tanky that last team fight. Surprisingly, he didn't die, despite how slow that was and how many nukes he took. Just turned right around, ultied, and then swung the team fight after a black hole as well. I mean, it was a little hard to follow that because of how fast it jumped up. But luckily the errors fixed themselves. I'm sure they'll streamline that stuff in the future. Manta style finish on the Mirana. He did just get ultied by the Ancient Apparition. And Meagle actually has his ultimate finish. So if we look at the map now, or his Aghanim Scepter, there's this basically ward vision around Night Stalker. He can basically see unobstructed of trees. It's as if he has a Greater Hawk flying above himself. Really, really useful. He's probably going to go for either possibly damage after this. This is pretty much the core Night Stalker build currently. There was a little bit of indecision for a while as people played Night Stalker and started using him in the metagame, but he's arguably a top end pick, especially in Dota 2 right now. He's very, very highly valued. But they go for the basically Aghanims, either Phase Boots or Treads with the bottle, and then go towards an Aghanim Scepter. So we may see even a Basher, something like that, maybe a Blade Mail. It's kind of hard to say. Usually it kind of depends on what kind of carry you're fighting, but since he's fighting a Void, he may just go damage. Maybe we'll see like an MKB or something, maybe an Armlet. I don't know. It's hard to say. He could go Blade Mail, he could go more tank, he could go damage. It's up to his decision. I personally would go damage probably. Maybe a Basher. Maybe a Basher. Ancient Apparition actually picking up a Ghost Scepter. Really good item build out of AA here. Art, or whatever his name is. Just going for the Wand, Naked Boots, and then immediately into the Ghost Scepter. And the reason he did this was his HP is really, really low. And Night Stalker is really good against anti-heroes, basically. Low HP anti-heroes. You void them, you give Crippling Fear, basically they can't Wow, 8 seconds silence. It's so huge. Crippling Fear, 8 seconds silence on Ancient Apparition means he's going to die. He's going to get more voids on him, and he's just going to get auto-attacked. He won't be able to cast anything either. But when he picks up this Ghost Scepter, if he does get dived, at the very least, he can get the Ghost Duration for 4 seconds. And on the bright side, Night Stalker won't be able to hit him. And Anti-Mage as well. I mean, it's both of those heroes, realistically. It's going to cover both of them very well. That Channeling Bar was really weird. And looks like Venomancer going for Drums Arcane Boots. So we'll see if he picks up a support item next. I expect he will. I was going to say his stat numbers are really high, but that's just the Drums of Endurance. The Drum of Endurance, just a regular drum. I don't know why it looks like it does. It looks like a broom or something. How's this a drum? Doesn't make sense to me. I'm really confused. It's like an upside down drum, I guess. I don't know. I thought it would look like a drum, not a whatever the hell that was. But here we go. Furion, Nature's Prophet, farming it pretty well. He does still have that Hand of Midas, of course, but he does have an Ultimate Orb. He's going to go in for a Sheep Stick next, and that is basically to counteract the Anti-Mage. Best way to counter a really nasty carry is to just turn him into a sheep for 3.5 seconds. More Eidolons using those on the Catapult, and going to be chasing here. Dendi will be ulting. Light of Heaven comes in on that. There's the Roar. Venomancer absolutely screwed. Doesn't even get his ulti off because he was chain stunned. Nicely done there, scouting that out. Yep, and they did end up using the Hawk to scout that out. Took out the tower. Then TP to the top lane. Anti-Mage actually diving on the Dendi here. Dendi completely out of mana. He could die 2 hits, and there's the ulti. It does pick him off there. He does have a level 3 ulti, so now 1.1 damage done per mana missing. And he tried to defend that, but Anti-Mage gets a kill and a tower, so kind of a little bit of a loss there. And here comes a possible Black Hole, going to catch 2 heroes, Night Stalker and the Vengeful Spirit. Venge taking a lot of damage, actually, especially in that Midnight Pulse. There's the swap into the huge Chronosphere, but it's actually catching way too many Navi heroes in. And most importantly, AA and Enigma attackable on the outside by the Anti-Mage. That is such an unfortunate Chronosphere. Such a pro swap coming out of Rise there that made all the difference in that team fight. Enigma coming back now. Malefice on the Anti-Mage. Shadows in the Night. Anti-Mage Illusions doing pretty good damage to the Voiceless Void, but he'll clear those up. He actually goes for a Ultimate Orb. Probably going to go for a Manta style next, I assume. Gives you some nice stats. Lets you split. Anti-Mage won't be able to just straight focus you. It's probably the main thing he's going for. He might be getting a Sheep Stick. It's possible. It wouldn't be horrible. Gives you HP. It gives you Agility. Not a lot of Agility. And not a lot of strength and agility, but does give you each of those. Strength and agility gives you a huge mana pool, which will be actually kind of interesting for a couple reasons. This is basically because it's going to give you another disable, so you can jump on, you can time walk in, disable Anti-Mage, beat him down for a while. It gives you mana regen, a lot of mana regen. Like, it's going to basically double his mana regen, because it'll double his int, more or less double his int, almost double his int, plus gives him 200% mana regen on top of that. Plus he has the Battle Fury. He's going to have like 12, probably about 12 mana per second, which means after he gets drained, it's going to come back faster. I mean, that's basically all the main reasons. Gives a little bit of damage, a little bit of agility, and a lot of mana pool, and a disable. I think it would be really, really cool to see him go Sheep Stick here. He might just get Manta and throw everything I just said away. But realistically, guys, if you're a carry in this position and you have equal farm on the Anti-Mage, if we can find him, he has Vanguard, Battle Fury, not even Vanguard, just Battle Fury, Manta, Vlads. It does a moderate amount of damage. He's hitting pretty hard, but not obscenely hard. It's the point where Void could stand toe-to-toe with him. Just think about it. Go for a Sheep. It's not that bad. If he gets a Sheep and Nature's Prophet gets a Sheep, all of a sudden you're looking at 7 seconds of disable, which is a crap load against an enemy carrying. If you catch him unaware, that can be the difference between winning a team fight and shutting down the super annoying Anti-Mage. So we'll see. If he goes for that, I'm not quite sure. We can look at his gold totals. It looks like he might be doing it, man. It's hard to say. Maybe he's saving for buyback. Tower will go down in the mid lane. It's actually Creeps that pick it off. No hero. Surprisingly, Anti-Mage was actually trying to last hit that, but he messed it up. More than enough buyback gold here. And Monkey's now going to be pushing the mid lane. They're going to try to take a Rax. They still have a little bit of a gold advantage. 3,000 in climbing. Light of Heaven in the meantime, pushing the top lane, and this is why it's annoying to play against Nature's Prophets. They do this stuff, they take towers while you're trying to push. He's going to run all the way back. He didn't actually go for a Lothar this game, but he definitely has the money to pick up his Sheep Stick. But they do have this warded. This is actually a Radiant ward, so the Dire, he may just TP on. I don't know, we'll see where he goes. He's going to go back to base. He does know that the enemy team is around. There's the ultimate. They're going to check the Roshan. They are not currently in there. Ulti will land. A little bit of time walk for the Void. Going to clean up this creep wave. And he does actually go for a Manta. So everything I said that was cool is null and void. But it's understandable that he went for it. Boosts his attack speed. Gives him the illusions. I think the illusions can mini bash, which basically means they do a percentage of the bash based on this number, which is 33. Yeah, 33%. I think that's effect. I think they can do that now. I can't quite remember though. Interesting ward placements. AM on the high ground, ready to go, and he does have an eagle song, which is an eagle horn. 25 agility. He's going to go for a butterfly next. So Void's probably going to have to get an MKB. Unfortunately, won't be able to go for the lovely sheep stick, which I would love to see, but he's not going to do it. He's got to keep his damage up. Got to shut down that AM, and there's the arrow. Dodge, 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 dodge. Oh my god, I cannot believe it. And, wow, that almost hit like 4 people. Holy crap. Void just waiting for the opportunity. Anti-Mage actually coming from the opposite direction. But Navi pretty close together here. How's Dendy doing? Level 3 Necronomicon. There's the ulti from the Priest of the Moon. This was spotted by the Observer Ward, though. So they're all just going to sprint away. Run away! Run away! They pop the Necro, because those do have True Sight. The main one does. This little guy. Look at these awesome tooltips. True Sight. Yeah! So they were just checking to see if the team was coming that way, but they were not. The ultimate didn't provide anything, and Anti-Mage will go back to farming. He's going to go top, and in the meantime, Nature's Prophet just been pushing lane the whole time. He may end up dying to this. He does have a sheep stick. He's going to wait till his teleport cooldown. He's going to sheep him, and then he's going to TP. He may die. We'll see. Here it goes. Sheep TP. Will the illusions do enough? Oh my god, that was close. Holy crap. Wow. Wow. I can't even believe that. Team fight on the bot lane. Dendy taking a lot of damage here. We may see a black hole. We do see a black hole. Nice swap from the Vengeful Spirit. And there's the Chronosphere. Void's going to clean up hard using that bonus damage from his Manta here, doing a lot more damage. Now he's going to go toe-to-toe. There's the ultimate. Roar, he's doing a lot of damage here. Needs to get some bashes off. Nice cold feed, and they pick him off. Huge team fight for Navi there. Nature's Prophet survived, came back into the team fight. Now going after the Night Stalker. A little bit of miss animations, but not a big deal. And there's the arrow. Huge team fight for Navi. That was ridiculous. Picked off so many heroes there. Nature's Prophet survived. Anti-Mage got there a little late. And as soon as they did, drop down the disables, the Roar, the cold feet, that pretty much sealed the deal. He didn't get the Manta off, and we even have an Aegis on the Void here. 2,600 gold. Man, Navi is such a freaking good team. This is like ridiculous, guys. Seriously. Like, Navi legitimately just, like, straight up won a game where they're at a 10-2 deficit. That blows my mind a little bit. A little sloppy A ulti, not a big deal. But 10-2 deficit, 14-21, they're still losing technically, but their gold disadvantage is so low. They've kept this gold disadvantage just absolutely at a minuscule, all because of their awesome play, like playing so good. There's the Void jumping in, the ulti. His damage is just too good right now. He's going to clear the illusions. Doesn't have his ultimate yet, and he's going to split up the Manta. He's going to be a push so hard there. There's the ultimate. Void's going to get actually swapped out, and they're going to trade the Vengeful Spear for that. Light of Heaven comes in. He does his sheep. There's the tree. Are they going to be able to get him? I think he will get Angel. He does get him, but the arrow lands. Light of Heaven going to be in some trouble. X-Boss as well. We'll see if he can survive. I think he's going to go down. Yeah, he does get picked off. Aegis coming now. Midnight Pulse doing some damage. And here comes Void. Will he get out in time? He does have a Chronosphere. There's a, wow, that was a huge range AoE ultimate. And will, oh, he doesn't get his ultimate off. He gets silenced and mana drained. Completely out of mana now. He's not going to be able to ulti for the rest of the team fight. Anti-Mage pursuing this. Enigma still taking mana drain. He needs to blink. Oh, he gets slowed. He's going to try to TP. Will he make it? Oh my god, 2 times this game. Everybody getting so close. No way, everybody. Oh my god, 3 people make it out. I can't even believe it. He didn't void that? I'm so confused. Looks like there's some issues with the cooldowns. It's like jumping or something. Weird. But holy crap, dude. Navi just made out with like bandits that game. That team fight, that was ridiculous. 3 heroes TP out. 3 heroes. Void makes it out. Enigma makes it out. I think there was a third. Light of Heaven TP's out as well. TP'd out as well. If you guys are wondering why he picks up the TP scroll, this is in the select circumstances where he would TP to a lane, he would want to immediately TP home. So for example, if you want to be like, I'm going to ninja push this lane, he could TP down here, spawn his Treants, and then just TP out using his Scroll of Town portal. So it does end up being useful. Invisibility rune now on him. But Void's still in the jungle, 4,400 gold now. We'll see if he starts towards his Monkey King bar, but I think they're probably just going to save for buyback gold, realistically. If we look at the gold discrepancy, finally swings into Navi's favor at the 38-minute mark approximately. Finally. Monkey definitely played a really, really good early game, but their farm, I mean, they had so many kills. Their farm was about equivalent to Navi's, a little bit behind, and that's basically why Navi's probably going to win this game. Not to mention that Void is a pretty good counter. I mean, their picks are so good. So many really, really hard disables and really, really good heroes. And as well, Night Stalker just loses effectiveness. He just basically, I mean, he did what Night Stalker does, which is own early game. Just absolutely owns early game. And then from there, it's kind of like, well, he's not nearly as strong as he used to be. Those early game Voids are just really powerful, crippling fears. Somebody getting spotted from the low gun. No, actually, nobody's, Angel actually. I don't know if do these actually spot smoked heroes? Does True Sight actually spot smokes? I don't know if they do. But their smoke ends up not being effective. Navi's gonna all back up, running away.
Invisibility.
Another Greater Hawk to scout things out. Gem of True Sight on the Night Stalker. He's pretty tanky, so it's understandable. Does anybody actually have invis? They're probably just looking for wards. At this point in the game, it's not a bad thing. Well, they can also spot the Greater Hawk, but it's not a bad thing at all to carry a gem late game. Especially in high-level matches where you know there's wards all over the place. There's not necessarily a lot of wards, but, you know, for some people there are wards. And Puppy doing what he does best, which is micro, using those Eidolons to get that farm. Doesn't even have to be there, who cares, 100 gold in his pocket. Still no items, no new items on Void. Not going to buy anything else new, possibly until he gets an Aegis, or more around the 6k gold mark. I mean, you can always look at this and say, like, oh, dude, this is boring, like, he's just going to save his money for buyback, but, I mean, they want to win the tournament, and if he makes a mistake, like, let's say he hypothetically dies solo, buyback, it's not a 4v5, it's going to be a 5v5. This can make a big difference. This is why they play safe. It's because they want to win. Understandably. God, there's a lot of money right here. And Void will clean. If he does pick up his Demon Edge, 2,400 gold there, he will be finished his MKB next. He actually has the money for it now, but he's not going to spend it quite yet. He needs enough so he can die and buy back, like I was just saying. So he's basically need to farm another 15 to 2k gold. His buyback cost us 1,400, and he's probably got a killing spree going, so he loses a little bit more. Definitely does have a killing spree going. So when he does die, he's probably going to lose at least 500 gold, probably. So he definitely will need another 1k gold before he's going to feel comfortable buying his MKB. But Navi's actually pushing the bot lane. Most of these guys are smoked up. And Monkey's actually on the top lane, pushing. Night Stalker popping his ulti. You want to activate this when it's nighttime, basically. It basically delays how long nighttime is. Of course, save it. When it's daytime, you want to save it for important moments. And there we go, Butterfly is finished on the Animage. Probably would like something like a heart, would be a lot nicer for a Void weapon. And now he's going to run into the trees and TP back to the base. Everybody leaving. He does pick up the Monkey King bar. He's going to be aggressive here. His damage is quite high. There's the ulti from the AA.
Illusion.
That looks so cool. Bang. Hits the one creep. He just wanted one CS, you know. He wasn't that concerned about. He just wanted one, that's all. He's got an Ironwood branch on the stash. Dude needs this. He's gonna go for a BKB though. This is actually really, really smart. Against Venomancer, Venge, Priest of the Moon, and Night Stalker. I mean, he's already got survivability with just Ghost Scepter, but if he pops that BKB, he's not gonna get stunned, basically. VS swap does go through BKBs, but it doesn't do damage. And if you pop a BKB as the Venomancer aura hits you, doesn't do anything. 1,700 gold now in Nature's Prophet. Surprisingly, hasn't got any new items since the Scythe of Ice. Hasn't been farming too much, but realistically, this is going to fill so many of his gaps. Just need to be able to disable that AM. That's what it comes down to. MKB and Mirana as well. The dangerous time for Mirana's is after they finish their Manta and pick up another damage item. That's when they actually become a viable carry. But realistically, they're still a semi-carry, and she has a lot of early game usefulness. But Manta style MKB, definitely a good damage item. And even a third item, Butterfly would be next. Once she gets a Butterfly, her damage gets ridiculous. You have to really, that's when the semi-carry out-carries your carry, and you have to be like, whoa, careful. I mean, realistically, her items are not that much worse than Faceless Void. She has a Monkey King bar, and she has a Manta style. She's missing a damage item and a tank item, wherever she is at. Top lane. Yeah, missing a damage item and a tank item. But it's still not bad. Once she gets a Butterfly, it's going to be a lot harder. Or she's going to hit a lot harder. Maybe she won't get it, though. It's hard to say. Getting a Butterfly would be a little bit of a waste, because he does already have that MKB. But we'll see what he goes for. If she gets that far. She's obviously saving for buyback gold up to 3,200. And Void as well, sitting pretty good. Puppy coming through, gonna clean up the tree. Actually, jack a tree on too. Clean up the dragons. Everybody can help out with these. Light of Heaven needs to use that Hand of Midas. Just a lot of farming going on right now. Holy crap. Monkey content with their continuous farming. Actually, a BKB finished on Animage as well. I don't think we've seen him since he started the Butterfly. Or I don't think he's team fought since he got that Butterfly. But now that he has the BKB, he's going to be sitting really good. The only downside for him still is that you can still Rexar Roar through that, and you can Black Hole through that, and you can Void ult through that. Now that I realize, holy crap, that is a lot of ultis that disable through BKB. Was it necessarily worth it? I don't know. I don't know if this BKB was completely worth it, to be honest. He's not going to get Maleficed. He's not going to get cold feeded, but realistically, I just don't know if that BKB was worth it. I feel like hard HP would have been a little bit more useful. Mirana as well going to get a BKB. I mean, they're going to have less options, but they can still own you, is the thing. So, I don't know. It's hard to say. We'll see how it plays out in the next team fight. Nightstalker also, man, Black King Bar party. That's 3 BKBs that just got purchased. Venomancer left out, but he does have an Ogre X. They're all going to get a BKB, I guess. Anti-Mage Manta Illusions will scout out the Aegis. Hasn't quite respawned yet. They must have their eyes on the camera, though. Sends the Illusions in to scout that out. I mean, both teams are positioned. They know it's coming.
Double damage.
Gonna jack the old Scout Hawk. Still no Aegis. Ice Vortex as well. And there it is. Look at that. These guys know their times. They're a little bit early, about 20 seconds early. It's got a cheese as well, but here comes the initiation. He does split this. He does ulti as well. Gonna catch the Anti-Mage in there. Huge AoE ultimates. Black Hole as well. It's gonna catch the Anti-Mage in. Finally, he barely walks into it. With the stun and the Enigma, he's gonna get feared here. No BKB for him. Anti-Mage doing a lot of damage to these Necro 3s, actually. But Anti-Mage is quite low on HP. Enigma may die to poison. Yeah, but there we go. We're going to get a trade. Oh, man, they pick him off there. Light of Heaven does go down. Like I said, Priest of the Moon doing a lot of damage. And there's the arrow on the Void. He does pick off the Void. But Dendy coming after here. We'll see if we get any buybacks from the Void. More slow. No leap yet from Mirana. 5 more seconds here. BKB apparently doing work. And here comes the leap. He's going to make it out no problem unless he screws it up. Oh, my God. He may end up dying here. Holy crap, I cannot believe it. He screwed up his leap. He accidentally ran up, and then he ran down, and he ran up again. Didn't get his leap off. He could have made that sloppy play, and now they're going to pick up the Rax, or the Rosh. Faceless Void buying back. Going to pick up the Aegis here, and I think this is going to pull Navi the win. Not that I haven't said that already. They're just doing a really good job defending all their lanes. Surprisingly, no Rax is taken yet. 49 minutes in the game. Navi playing so good if we look at the gold. Wow, very close game. By all means. I mean, Monkey could still win this, but I just feel a lot safer with Navi's team fights. Their disable is really heavy. I mean, Black Hole, Rexar Roar, and even Chronosphere, it just makes a huge difference. You can make a lot of stuff happen with just those beast ultimates that are just really reliable. They always go through BKBs. It's not necessarily like a Tidehunter. It's kind of like a Tidehunter ulti, but Tidehunter ulti is more reliable, and he's immediately going to go to the top lane using the Manta split, boost up the damage. The mid-Rax is practically gone already. It's really smart to do. They don't even finish the mid one all the way. As long as you get one building down, they're going to have the benefit. Really late fortify. I don't know if that just came up. Illusions are going to try to finish off the range racks. Man, those are illusions and they do so much. And still no melee racks dropped on the top lane or the mid lane. We actually see a Chronosphere here. Where is that Anti-Mage? I'm sorry, the Void was actually in there just wailing. Picks off that Night Stalker. Chasing after the Ventus Spear. He's going to run away from his base. Kind of a nice little trick. Both heroes blink away from each other. Void is just wailing here. He does eat a huge arrow. That's going to pick him off. Sloppy play there. Didn't have any vision on the top ground, so it's understandable. And looks like we lose one Rax, but not the ranged one. It's still a double Rax for Navi. It's all but going to secure them the victory here. 60 more seconds until he gets his Chronosphere off. And there's the Manta, such beast pushing power. Arrow comes through, his illusion's gonna eat that. Runs away. Gonna clear, man, he just does so much damage. It's nice you can just clear those illusions, you don't have to screw around with them anymore. BKB popped on Mirana. More creeps spawned. AA still low in mana. Axe is coming through. They want to take that last Rax. Creep wave on the mid lane. One Rax left. No towers. This is not looking good for Monkey. I'm pretty sure Navi's going to win this. There's the initiation going after the Venomancer. Needs to get a stun off. Just not landing. There's the stun from the Vengeful Spirit. He does split. Both players split. There's the roar. Going on the real one. Huge black hole coming in. Nice blink and the swap as well, but it's not enough. He just swaps him back into the black hole. Anti-Mage goes down as a result. Picks off the Venomancer as well. Priest of the Moon runs back. Disable the Night Stalker. He does BKB. That's going to be in the game. The ultimate on the AA goes down. Void also gets cleaned up. AA buys back. Dendy's going to die. Are we going to see a buyback from the Void? 90 seconds on the clock. Light of Heaven is going to have to run here, but I don't think he's going to make it. Just too much DPS. Does go down.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Feeding the pets to the wall. Each one of those Necros is 100 gold, so you definitely do not want to give them to somebody, especially a late game like this. I mean, the melee creep does have last will, which means if he dies, he does 600 pure damage. There's the lifesteal for Priest of the Moon, so she can go head to head with somebody. But even still, bashes are going to beat out a ranged hero like this. Bashes change the world, guys, and Anti-Mage doing his best to push the mid lane. I don't know if Void is actually... He does have the money. He just doesn't want to buy back, I think. He's still got 4,700 gold. Unless he's on cooldown, which is possible. A is going to ulti the bot lane. Leg. Alright, that's how we get to watch. No, I was hoping we would get to watch the rest of the game like that. But unfortunately, guys, we get to watch a regular game. It's too bad. No new items on Anti-Mage. Still has buyback money. May just save this here. There's the Malefice. He splits out of that Norby debuff. We have an AC on somebody here. Who's got that AC? Enigma carrying an AC here. Very cool. It's going to keep him very survivable against the Anti-Mage. And Anti-Mage is actually going to clean up a Rax. Still no buyback from Void. I assume he's actually on cooldown here. Arrow comes through and they actually pick up a Rax. So nicely done by Monkey there. Fighting back a little bit. Still have to worry about a back door. Why was he TPing there? It's really weird. Oh, okay, there we go. There was a building. One ninja building. So yeah, really cool. Enigma picking up the AC. Just a really, really strong support item. I mean, it's primarily good for increasing your own damage. But the -5 armor is great. The axes do more damage. Void is going to do more damage. Gives allied attack speed increase. Stack that up with the Inner Beast 40 here and yeah, 20. Assault Curse is 20. And it gives you 5 armor for the team, which is always beneficial against an Anti-Mage. Because like I said, those mana breaks are reduced by armor. Still protecting their double racks, their lives. Monkey still wants to pull out the win here in the semifinals game. 30-27. I thought for a while I was looking at the wrong replay, but then I was like, oh, Navi's actually coming back here. They're doing a good job. It was not from pool play. Everybody's still smoked up. They're going to try to let the creep wave push itself. But in a second here, they will know. And here we go. Time to push. Still, they don't know, actually. They're on the low ground. Creeps are on the low ground. They don't know they're here. Need to catch someone unawares. Anti-mage a little scared, and there's still nighttime. Enigma trying to initiate, possibly. He does have his black hole. Still's got that AC mech. No new items on Void. Still full gold. 4,600. AA as well, not spending his money. Probably his buyback gold is still, yeah, his buyback gold is too high. Doesn't have enough for buyback. And Enigma finds somebody. There's the ulti. He's going to do a lot of damage here. Who is he wailing on? He's wailing on somebody. Is this Angel? This is Angel. Miguel, that was actually Night Stalker they're going on, but a huge black hole is going to catch the remainders. And Night Stalker actually runs back into that Black King bar on the Priest move, but it's too much. The damage potential of these heroes is just ridiculous. Going to clean up the Venomancer, and I think that's going to be the end of the game finally. Navi's going to pull out the win here. Such an epically played game. I haven't seen a comeback like that in a long time. I mean, those early disadvantages, 10-2, that makes a big difference, but they kept their farm up. They kept playing smart, didn't lose stupid deaths. And that's the most important thing when you're down. You got to keep your kills low, or your deaths low, and just let your farm equal out their opponents. Arrow's going to come through, not going to accomplish anything. Immediate Ghost Scepter on the A. Enigma tries to cast something. Midnight Pulse will not result. Oh man, a little bit of a missed time walk. And AA just cleans up triple kill on him. It's not over yet, I can't believe it. Chasing after a Void. 5 seconds left on the time walk. We'll see if he can get back. He will time walk away. 6k gold. He can buy any one item he wants here. They could still lose this. I thought they were going to win it, but then Anime just had to go and kill everybody. Black King Bar meant a butterfly. Come on, dude, just throw your life away. He almost died in that Chronosphere, but the nice swap from the bench. Actually, that was Night Stalker that almost died. Night Stalker almost died in the Chronosphere. Actually goes for a Boots of Travel. Could sell his wand, but has another gem. Mental Spirit only level 11, but he does have the level 2 Nether swap, which can make stuff happen, and we're going to see a smoke here out of Monkey. How is this game not over yet? Priest of the Moon actually cleans up the Courier, and they may have spotted that actually. They all smoked about here, and the bird was in this position. Navi's going to back up now. They just had to defend their base. No Black Hole and Enigma. No ulti on Furion, but that will come back. But we do have a Chronosphere. Cooldown is so low, 100 seconds. Not bad at all for a huge AoE disable. If used properly, Chronosphere is beast, man. And Monkey gonna back up again. Once again, both teams are just afraid. Navi knows if they lose a team fight and they don't have buybacks, game's over. It's just over. Doesn't matter if they have a gold advantage. Gold advantage isn't even that high, 5,000 gold here. I expect Void is going to pick up one more item, possibly a butterfly. Maybe sell, I don't know, sell something, pick up a butterfly. His attack speed will go through the roof. His Manta Illusions will do a lot more. And when his attack speed is up, that means more bashes. That means more mini bashes. That's like huge damage increase with his attack speed. Looks like they're going to wait for the Roshan. It's very close. I remember the last time respawn was 48-12. See if we can Manta out of the trees. He may just wait patiently. How's this game going on? I don't believe it. There's the ulti from the Priest of the Moon. Greater Hawk scouting things out. Night Stalker will pick off the Greater Boar, and they might just try to throw it. They're going to find the Void. This is pretty huge. He splits off from it, though. Is he in a Chronosphere? He doesn't get it off. He's still silenced. Huge black hole. It's going to keep him alive long enough to Chronosphere, and here comes the Chronosphere. It's going to be perfect, but the cleave just... Oh my god, that was ridiculous. Such a beautiful save from Enigma there. Black hole all those guys into a little clump. And we didn't even need to see a Void Chronosphere. He literally just right-clicked. The Manta and the Battle Fury just did the work. He does have his butterfly finish, sold that Vanguard, picked up the butterfly. He just cleaved. He just cleaved everybody down. By the time the black hole was done, everybody was just dead. Buyback on the Night Stalker.
Roshan has fallen to the
Roshan falls. I believe Animage is somewhere else. He goes for a Boots of Travel as well. He's got full items, might as well. Going on the Enigma. Enigma's gonna die. Here comes Void. There's a Chronosphere. Only catches one hero though. A little unfortunate. How is, man, Night Stalker is such a beast tank here. Animage going in. Those are just illusions actually. And we actually have a Manta on Nature's Prophet. Manta Cheese. Cheese is actually really expensive, guys. You can sell it for 500 gold. Not that you ever get it that many times. Roshan has to die 3 times in the game, and he does respawn at 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes he respawns. After he dies, that is. So basically you have to kill him 3 times and plan accordingly. Chilling Touch casted. Ancient Apparition level 20. Still hasn't got his BKB finished. And Animage blinking on the Void. He doesn't have his ulti, so he has to be pretty careful here. But he does have that Butterfly. And there's some initiations, a little bit of a swap. Stun on the Void, he's going to walk back. Magic Walk. Does still have that Aegis, so he could make a mistake. They may wait for the cooldowns before they go for this. Enigma's on the way. No black hole for him, 73 seconds. Here we go, Tower taking damage. First rack's down, second rack's about to drop. They're going to ulti. And by ulti, I mean glyph it. Wow, Void died fast. Going on the AM now. The bashes, the damage is just too much. He's going to BKB, but he goes down. Void just has too much money. Hard carry. Beats out the Animage. Animage absolutely owns fancy carries like Weaver and Morphling, but that's the end of the game, guys. Navi slowly but surely pulls out the win here in the 61-minute game, 62-minute game. Such a fun game to watch and cast, guys. Thank you for watching. My name's Purge. I'm a Ghost Gamers caster, and you can see more from me if you want to at my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/PurgeGamers. I casted a bunch of other ESWC replays. I believe about 3 of them. I may cast some more in the next day or 2. But thank you for watching for me. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe here to GhostofGamers.net, the GhostofGamers.net YouTube channel. We really appreciate it. Lots of cool content, exclusive interviews you're not going to see anywhere else at major tournaments. And of course, awesome cast from me, Gods, Juril Manara, I believe if I'm pronouncing that correct. It's so hard to say sometimes, it just blurs my brain. And of course, Charms, if I did not. Charms, Gods, Juril Manara, and Maven just joined us as well. So thank you to all the co-casters. Thank you guys for watching. And I will see you guys next video.